The May data is in, and we continue to see the $268 barrier hold across the industry dataset. Now, we previously noted 268 as the new ANAC ceiling, as this has been the constant rate for the last 6 months. Now, the sector continued to move sideways throughout May, but ended up 38 cents below where it started at the beginning of April. Now, total claiming activity slid across May, but still achieving within the 7 to 8% band of the total claims being assessed by AMOs last month within Medicare. However, we saw new claiming activity and voluntary activity gains in facility types classified as homelessness and modified Monash 5, with the latter most likely benefiting from a backlog of regional residents that has been waiting reclassification by their contracted AMOs. Now remember, as AMOs can assess residents weeks or even months after a request has been provided, the data is still backdated to the date of that request. Therefore, the figures will continue to resettle in the months following our data release. Now, the uptick in claiming activity for regional facility types, coupled with the initial impact of the winter flu season, resulted in May concluding with a decrease in the age of ANAC claims, which are older than 12 months. This marks one of the lowest reported percentages of ANAC claims in some time. Now, occupied bed days for providers remain stable, finishing nearly flat, with the sector continuing to hover around that 88% of occupied bed days. Now, in supportive news, we saw short-term stays under 6 months in care finish well below their mid-20% band they typically hover around. At the end of May, short-term stays represented just under 20% of all Medicare claims, which is at the lower band of this measure. Now, the continued flattening in occupancy results was supported by a slight decrease in permanent admissions over May. However, the consumption of respite bed day usage also fell about 11% across that same reporting period. And the profile of a residential aged care admission is a slightly younger 85-year-old resident across May. Well, with winter now upon us, the hardworking rostering teams appear to struggle to fill shifts, likely due to the direct care teams being affected by the onset of flu and other illnesses that increase absenteeism and sick leave. Now, direct care minutes dropped by 3%, falling just below the national average of 200 minutes, where ANAC care time was expected to start. Similarly, RN minutes also decreased by about 3.5%, averaging below the 39 minutes per resident per bed day.